And we are live. It says we've been live for 30 something seconds. I hope not. But I'm here with Matthew Mcalpin and Tyler Berea. Matthew is my dad. Tyler is my friend. Uh, Recently, Dad had a falling out. Dad wrestles. He's a pro wrestler. Part time, regular time. How does that work?
Part time.
How does that work? How'd you get to doing that?
I got in touch with a guy named Danny Sims, and he trained me about 15 years ago.
Demon Master.
Yes.
He still wrestles too, and he works in Fort Payne, I think.
Yes.
Now
Works at Hall.
I see Danny around sometimes. He's very quiet. I'm like, hey, Danny. He's like, don't talk to me in public.
The one
bro.
that blows fire.
Yes, man.
Yeah, that is cool as hell.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So now, how do you say it? Danny recently left a show, right? He's not there anymore
No, he's not.
at KLT in Georgia.
Right.
Now, me and Tyler did and Cole did like a little documentary there. There were some people that could talk really good. There were some people that couldn't talk at all. One guy didn't know his name. What's the deal with the wrestling crowd? How would you put them into a group of people?
Bunch of rednecks. It's plain and simple. Looking for something to do to have fun, and that's what they do is watch pro wrestling.
Okay.
They love the violence. They love to holler and scream at people.
Okay. Now, do you know? Is it Captain America? What was his name?
The Patriot.
Do you know the Patriot?
Not offhand.
He asked if we knew him.
You must not be a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
No, so we're there and we're recording all this stuff, and we see this older gentleman. He's wearing like a USA flag mask.
Yeah.
And so we walk up to him and we're like, hey, man, we're polite. Hey, man, what's your name? And he goes, you don't know who I am? We were like, no. And he goes, you must not be a real wrestling fans. And we were like, well, really, we're not. But so that show, they have a good crowd and stuff, but recently you got kicked out. Why? What happened? How'd you come out?
What it was, my character, I portray anti-American. I come out with a Nazi flag. I've been doing it ever since I started the business.
I don't remember the Nazi. No.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut you. I've been around to a few of your matches. I don't remember the Nazi flag ever.
Yeah.
I remember the anti-America. I don't remember the Nazi flag.
I come out with a Nazi flag. I've come out with an Iranian
So
flag.
Major Havoc is a Nazi.
No.
He's anti-American.
Just anti-American.
I don't remember the Nazi flag
He's
ever.
a bad guy.
He's a bad guy.
Major Havoc is a bad guy.
So when was the last time you walked out with the Nazi flag besides the other day?
It's probably been 3 years or more.
So you think maybe you were fishing?
No.
All right, go ahead. Keep going. I'm listening.
All right, I got there. I got in the back. The flag's out in plain view for everybody to see. They knew what kind of flag it was when I was in the back.
Now, do y'all, if you're going out and you're a bad guy, I'm assuming there's bosses at the show. Do you have to disclose to people before, or they just like, y'all just show up and they're like, hey, man, do whatever you want. Just do it good.
We kind of talk about stuff in a way, but they knew what was going on. They knew what type of gimmick I was going to do. They knew it. The guy kicked me out of the KLT. He was there when I first started. He was just a little kid. Now he's running the show in the back.
Who kicked you out?
I ain't going to mention his name.
Is he the fat guy?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
gonna
get his
that
ass.
shit. Yeah.
All right, so keep
But
going.
I got proof that he said it was okay to do what I done. And he's trying to say he didn't know nothing about it when he did. I got the text message from him.
You said, hey, I'm going to do Nazi flag.
No, I said, I'm going to do my anti-American gimmick. He says, do whatever gimmick you want to do, period.
Okay.
And I said, are you sure? And he said, yes, do whatever you want to do. He shouldn't have said, do whatever I want to do if he didn't want to come out with a Nazi flag. Plain and simple. It may have, I think people got butt hurt in a way. And I think a lot of the other workers, they said it bothered. They got kind of pissed off because I was going to get more heat than some of the other bad guys.
Yeah.
I guess you'd say. And that's why it pissed them off.
So did you get more heat?
I got a lot of heat.
Like from the audience members?
Yes.
When
Now,
you came out with the swastika and all that shit.
The video that I did see that you posted, it did look like they were being pretty loud and rowdy, and he was doing hand stuff at them, and they were not happy about it. It looked kind of loud and rowdy.
It was.
So how loud was it the rest of the night for everyone else?
The match was great. I don't know. I didn't stay for the whole show. We left, as soon as I got my money.
Where was this show at?
Rome, Georgia.
Same place we were, I think.
Same place I was at before.
Okay.
You wish you'd have told us
Lindale,
that you
in
were Nazi
Lindale.
flagging, because we could have got our flags too and been Nazis in public.
What I don't understand, yeah, it was a Nazi flag, but why is it okay for someone to come out acting gay and come out with a gay flag or dressed up like they're gay? Or what's the difference?
Well, now, right now, you're equating being gay to being a Nazi. There is a
What-
massive difference.
Yeah, huge difference.
What I'm
huge
saying,
difference.
what's the difference? If the Nazi flag,
If you're just playing a character, what's the
yeah,
difference?
what's the difference?
I think if you're just playing a character, there's no different. Y'all ever watch Inglorious Bastards?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Remember
Love
the
that
not
movie.
remember the Jew hunter, the guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Jew hunt. Yeah, damn. What's his name?
He's really good at it. He eats
He
the,
played on.
Yeah.
Django Unchained.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
He's good at
Hell
he's
yeah,
good
he
at
is.
eating cakes and drinking milk. It's
Yeah.
strange to see.
Yeah.
But he was a Nazi in that movie. I don't think that he's out here in real life being a Nazi piece of crap just in public,
Yeah.
Nazi-ing people.
I don't carry a Nazi flag all the time. It's just my character. It's what I portrayed at the show. And people don't know nothing about me. They don't know. I go to church.
Yeah.
I'm a Shriner. I'm
Do
a
you
firefighter.
cuss a lot? Do you cuss when
We
you're
all cuss.
Nazi-ing?
No, I don't cuss at the show. No.
Okay, well, there you go,
We're
then
not,
that's-
we're not allowed to.
Just hate Jews, not
I don't
not
hate
cuss.
nobody really when it comes down to it.
But on a serious note, so like I can see why people would be offended by the Nazi flag. I don't run a Nazi flag. I'm not doing that in my life. I can see why people would be offended. But also there's been like so many times where there's offensive gimmicks been ran. Why did they just decide? And you've done it before, you said?
I've done it before.
They never kicked you out before?
Never kicked me out before. They got butt hurt because I was going to get more hate in them at the shows, what it boils down to.
Now, who actually, no, you don't have to say who kicked you out. Once they kick you out, how does that process go? What did they say?
You don't ever get to come back. I got the message he sent
Let's
me.
read it. Pull it up. I hope the name's on there.
It is. His first name's Chris.
Just tell us it. What does it matter? He doesn't kick you out. You
I
can't
don't know
go.
his last
You can't.
name.
Oh yeah, Chris.
Yeah. Okay. You're the blue, right?
Yeah, I'm the blue.
Hey, wait,
That's
you
the
got
person.
You
I'll
have my headphones.
No, I don't. Do I?
Yeah, but it's okay.
What's the matter? What headphones you got?
Because I had them turned up, so I was wondering. I was down here, and I'm like hearing myself like this. Go ahead. Now I can hear.
You want me to read the message?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I've caught a lot of bad feedback about that flag. It's becoming a pretty big deal. We issued an apology on our page. I know you didn't mean anything harmful by it, and I know that you're a good guy. But at this time, due to the negative backlash we're receiving, we need to part ways. This has brought a negative image on a kit as a whole, and it negatively impacts our workers who are also cops and teachers.
What does a Nazi have to do with cop and teacher?
A lot.
Okay, keep
Yes.
going, and then we'll go to that.
And then, so your dad responded, even if I don't use it again, I can't come back over. And then your dad also responded, I am a fireman, a Mason in the Shriners, and a Christian, but it's fine. It is what it is. And no response back, right?
No
And now,
response.
okay. You don't think Hitler's a good guy, though, right?
No.
Hitler's a piece of shit.
in
He's
any
piece
way,
of
do,
shit.
in
Okay,
any way,
piece
do you
of
think
shit.
Hitler's a good guy?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No way, shape, or form.
No, it's
But-
just my character
So-
I portray.
So look, so if you're a bad guy, let's pretend you're a bad guy. Now, do you think Hitler's good?
No, I still,
No, you're a bad guy. You're a
I
bad
still-
guy.
I still don't like Hitler.
No, but you're a bad guy with the Hitler flag, right? You have to play the character. If you had just walked out as a normal guy with a white flag, they'd be like, "Oh, he gives up." Oh,
But what made you?
He's
what,
done.
What made you come to the decision to be like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna fly a Nazi flag. But it did rile the crowd up.
That's
right?
why I done it.
Hell yeah, it did.
I-
And you are a bad guy.
I'm a bad guy.
You're
or heel
portraying a bad guy
Yeah.
as a wrestler.
as a wrestler.
Okay, that's your character.
My character.
And by
that's
God, it worked though, didn't it?
It worked.
By God, it worked so good that these motherfuckers are like, hey,
Don't come back.
don't
here.
ever
come
come
back.
back. Don't ever come back.
So, what is the correlation with teachers and Nazis and firefighters? I'm lost. There.
Well, no, I'm.
You were kidding?
Yeah.
Well, I need. Okay, I'm trying to get educated.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
How's it gonna make them look bad when I'm the one doing it?
Now, it's a good question. You are the bad guy, and if they don't break kayfabe, then then it's just we can't help that he's a scumbag, racist piece of, we can't help that. But if they're breaking kayfabe by like telling you, "Hey, don't come back," well, that's kind of on them. They're breaking the cardinal
But you
sin.
did your job.
I done my job.
Okay, but you came in that match knowing that, hey, I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
So I need to be a bad guy. By God, being a Nazi is a bad guy. Being a Nazi is anti-American.
That's as bad as it
That's what I.
That's as bad as it gets.
I swear I don't remember the Nazi flag ever.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you remember though
it.
as a kid watching your dad?
He would come out in
what would he do?
He would come out in like camouflage pants and maybe like cut off sleeves because he doesn't know how to wear shirts with sleeves.
I don't.
That's it. Yeah, it's rare for him. He doesn't always do it. But I don't remember the Nazi flag.
I come out with Iranian flag.
I remember that, but there's a huge jump from Iranian to Nazi.
To Nazis. But
when was the last time you came out with that Nazi flag? Don't you lie to me on the internet. When was the last time?
I told you earlier, 3 or 4 years ago.
No, you said 3 years earlier. Now you're saying 3 or 4.
Well, what's it matter? 3 or 4? 3, 4?
No, because then it could be 4 or 5. Then it's like maybe 10 years ago or never. I don't remember a Nazi flag ever. All right, okay. And it was never an issue before?
Never issue.
And you had the flag out in the locker room?
I had the flag laid out in the locker room on my bag.
Oh. No one said nothing before?
Nobody did say not carry it out or nothing.
How'd the match go?
Well, great. We're supposed to have a match tonight, a flag match.
Wait,
what's a flag match?
Yeah, let's go.
It was going to be like my flag against the KLT flag.
And who would have won?
Well, I don't really know.
Well, no.
We don't know.
No, they done broke kayfabe. You can't even go. Who would have won that match based on movies? If we're watching a movie,
the good guy would have probably won based on movies.
And you're a bad guy,
so,
obviously.
Yeah, you're playing a character. I don't understand that. I think that's a little strange. How much did they pay you? And then kick you out? Just
$50.
$50.
$50 and say, get the fuck out.
Did you bleed?
No, I never did bleed.
Okay, how much did they pay you when you bleed?
Same amount.
$50.
Are you serious? And you've done a lot of blood matches.
No,
Sam's told me some
you swear
epic blood
$50?
$50.
Now look, did you get blood work?
Did it when I do?
When you bleed, do you get blood work?
Yeah, I go get.
Does your opponent get blood work?
Yes.
Can they?
Go get blood work.
Can they? Okay, so you're not certain that your opponent does.
No.
All right, so you made $50, but hey man, he might not have diseases. Say that in your head and tell me that's not insane.
It's crazy. Yes, it is. But it's just like
our people have blood work. It's not like anything. Hey, he might not have diseases, bro. Here's
yeah.
I go get checked.
Or they pair up to hepatitis C.
Yeah, dude, that's kind of insane. I would look
crazy.
I would. It's not crazy. It's insane. I would try to look at that different, just as like a.
Well, it's over with, so really, I ain't got to look.
Yeah, you can't go there. Would anyone else have you and let you be the Nazi there?
Probably, yeah.
Why don't you do? And I've told you what I think. So Dad likes wrestling like I like fights and stuff. If he would just stop trying to be the dude, hang back. How much would it cost you to do a show in Rome? The cost of the cage and then $50 a person.
Yeah, at least 50 a person.
Right. So how many matches? 10 matches. Let's say that's 20 people.
6 matches.
6 matches. That's 12 people. We'll go high and we'll say 20. So what's 20 times? Is that $1,000? That's $1,000. So $1,000 cost to rent the venue. Let's say $200, and then because you can get a cheap venue, you can do it at a park in Georgia, Rome, Georgia. There's no commission at all in Rome, Georgia. So right now, if you tried to have a pro wrestling show in Alabama, the same
about $3,000 probably.
Yeah, the same stuff. No, about what I spent. The same stuff I go through in Alabama, he would have to go through. They have to do the athletic commission. They have to do this. You're gonna spend some money. And venues ain't cheap here. But in Rome, Georgia, there's like nothing in Rome. But there's no athletic commission for wrestling because wrestling is not a sport. It is, but they say it's not. They say it's like theater. So you can't compare
it to a sport.
You can't commission that. There's nothing you can do to it. So they don't have to pay anything. If Dad goes and rents a wrestling ring tomorrow and goes to a local park and rents the park, he can have a wrestling match in that park. Now, there's illegal shows in Alabama that happen a lot, right? And they just don't pay the commission anything. They just have shows. There was one at Ider High School, no athletic commission involved. That was all to raise money done by the high school, but God forbid they have a fight in the local gymnasium, right? But they did that for free to raise money for the local basketball team and stuff. Now, I went up there to see his place, Kenny's and them, and we were at a Piggly Wiggly parking lot in Auburn, Alabama, Opelika, and we were sitting there. And there was a wrestling ring in the grass and Piggly Wiggly behind us. And we were just like, watching wrestling matches, dude. This guy, knockoff Ric Flair, came out, just going through the crowd, man. And then I didn't judge him. I was like about to cry in the grass because I was like, I get it. I understand why you're doing it. The love of the sport is there, right? But then I watched this old weird Ric Flair. He was like bedazzled up, man. He had shiny stuff all over him. And I watched him get into like an Audi 3000, and I was like, oh, he has a lot of money also. He's doing this because he wants to. But so that was the only conversation. Nothing was said after your match. You just got $50 and left.
That was it. Nothing was said that night about the flag or anything. But that next morning, I woke up to that text.
That's weird. I don't like the $50.
Nah, I don't either.
I don't like that. I don't like $50 when you're bleeding because your matches look cool when you're bleeding. I remember one time when I was a little kid, Dad was having a match with Buzzsaw. And you've been having matches with Buzzsaw forever and ever.
Yeah.
Now, when we were in Rome, remember, that's the guy that didn't show up. Do you remember why you were told he didn't show up?
Oh, it was because of they didn't test for any.
He didn't want to get no blood work. Is what we was told.
That's what it
now,
was.
is that true?
I don't know nothing about it.
Because now, so we were there, you weren't there, and all of a sudden in the back, we're getting to be in the back, and we're hearing Buzzsaw's not coming. Buzzsaw's not coming. Well, why? He don't want to get blood work.
Yeah, that is what we heard.
That's strange.
I don't know nothing about it.
He should want to get that blood work, get it done. But also, if you're making $50, how you gonna spend $200 or $300 on blood work?
True.
You know. Now, does he make more than 50?
I have no clue. Whatever.
I'd start digging into that, son.
I ain't really worried about
You
it.
bleed. You bleed everywhere. So what did some of the fans say to you when you're coming out and you're the Nazi?
Stuff you don't want to repeat on here.
Yes. We
Oh,
do.
bullshit.
This is good. Please.
Bullshit. Go ahead. Repeat
They
it.
call you a racist bastard or you fat pig. And I'd say stuff to them like, well, your old lady wouldn't call me a fat pig last night when I had her bent over the couch. Or neither was your husband.
Whoa.
You know, just stuff to get them pissed off. And all.
Yeah. There you go.
Now, I remember one time, I don't remember where it was. Have you ever had anybody jump in the ring with y'all?
Yes, over in Cave Springs, Georgia.
So what happens?
If someone out in the crowd jumps in the ring, it's just everybody protects everybody that's in the ring. The good
Now,
guys,
when
the
you
bad
say
guys,
protects everybody, what are y'all doing?
we're gonna beat the hell out of whoever jumps in that
So
ring.
why did they jump in the ring?
What were they mad that you were? What was going on?
They got pissed off about who was winning the match and started beating up on the other guy. You know,
They stomped his shit in. I remember they stomped him down. They were stomping him.
This is real.
Yeah, hitting him with wood,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
tearing him up.
it was funny.
What about now you remember Dustin? Whatever happens, his dad, I guess, has passed by now, right?
He still lives in Collins.
His does.
He still
How
lives
old's his dad now?
close to 80.
How is he? You see him ever?
Now, I know he's in a wheelchair now. That's all
That's
I know.
cool. He always seemed kind of nice,
He's a
right?
good guy.
How's Dustin?
I don't know.
Don't
Ain't
see him.
Don't never see him.
That's cool, man. So what was, like you said, when did you realize, oh, dude, I can bleed everywhere for wrestling. I can do that. I'll go bleed. How old were you? What was
What do you mean?
when did you go, dude, I'm going to go bleed in front of people for $50?
It's got to be talked about before the show if you're going to bleed or not. You can't just bleed in a match to be bleeding.
But what got you to that point? What
Yeah.
got you into wrestling? What got you into blood
When
matches?
did you say I can do that? And I'm going to do a
Yeah,
lot of
I-
them.
I
Because you've
can
had,
do it.
how many blood matches? How many?
At least 20 or so.
Okay. No, it's got to be more than that.
I don't know. I don't ever count them.
It's a lot. It's probably closer to 50.
Well,
or
it's
something.
just like you said, you love to fight. I'm not really no fighter, but
I like winning fights. I don't love doing fighting.
I like to wrestle. It's the way I guess I let the inner person in me out sometimes.
Yeah, but when you started bleeding, when did you finally go, okay, that's the matches I'm going to do more of than anything? Because you bleed a lot.
It's an adrenaline rush, I guess. That's why I want to do it so much.
Was
I
it
do.
barbed wire or what? What'd y'all use?
Barbed wire, thumbtacks. I got busted open one time with a ukulele.
Holy shit.
I remember
Thumbtacks.
Yes.
What would you do with thumbtacks?
We'd throw them out on the mat and slam each other on them.
Now they do that. I think that would
Jesus.
hurt.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
like,
you know,
like,
It's fun.
ow.
It's fun, though.
So
I
now,
enjoy it.
I believe it.
Now we're thinking about doing like some jackass stunts and stuff. Would you let me kendo stick you for $50?
On the back.
As long as I get
No,
to
no.
hit, as long as I get to hit you
No,
back.
no, but it's $50.
I'm not worried about the money as long as I get to hit you.
I'm not
back.
worried about the money, but it's $50. You said 50. You doing it for them
I'll
50 bucks.
film it. I'll film it while y'all hit each other.
75. How's that?
Okay, but listen. Though, if we're gonna get how many times? So when you have a wrestling match, how many times you getting cut, bled, hit by something? A bloody match. How many times you getting hit by crazy stuff for $50?
6-8 times.
Okay,
real
so-
good hit
So
times.
$50, I get 6 or 8 on you. And
Not
we
at one time. That's the whole match.
no. We like one day we record it, we got it. Another one another day we record it.
As long
Okay,
as I
we
get to
got it.
give you a receipt for
There's
it.
no receipt if you get paid.
No, yeah, they are.
No, I'm not doing it. I don't want to.
I'm sure as hell
What do
not
you
gonna
mean
let you
by-
hit me with a damn stick for $50.
Are you gonna
for
give me
shits
$50?
and Giggles.
Are you gonna give me $50?
I don't care if I get 50
Listen.
fucking bucks or not.
Listen, it's to go viral, though, Dad. You gotta
I
understand
don't
that.
care.
You're
As long
doing
as
it
I
anyway.
get to hit you
Dad,
back.
listen. I want you to. Okay, so how much did you have to search to find your wrestling match?
That,
Yeah.
I bought it.
How? Okay, that's BS. First off, you should be able to have your stuff.
I just ordered
Secondly, we having a hard time finding your matches, and I know you've had a lot of them.
it. I got some VHSs at the house.
Thirdly, we got really nice camera, Daddy. Let me smack the shit out of you on it. Wham!
As long as
Got
I get
him.
to smack you back.
Ugh, it just sounds like a bad trade-off. What about another guy?
As long as I get
What's
to
his
smack
name?
them back.
Hey, what's his name? Will do it. Oh, the kid that was going
Which
like,
kid?
oh, the guy that was going to let Cody Cooper tackle him
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
yard.
yeah,
He'll
yeah.
do it. He'll go.
Yeah,
He'll let it
yeah.
happen. So 50 and 50. We record one hit one Saturday, another hit another Saturday.
As long as I get to hit them back.
No, for sure. He'll hit you, you'll hit him, or you'll hit him, he'll hit you.
Kendo stick or chair.
Well, no, I'm thinking like whatever you think is cool. Like if you get a kendo stick and you wrap it in some barbed wire, let it run.
I don't have a problem with
All
it.
right, all right.
Hey, for people who don't know what a receipt is, can you explain that?
If I hit you with a chair or you hit me with a chair, you damn sure gonna make sure you're gonna get a receipt for it that night. So ever how hard you hit me, that's how hard you're gonna get hit back.
And I think
Kind of like sparring.
and I think that's fair.
Yeah, I
and
think that is
yeah.
fair. I think that's very
If
fair.
you crack me, I'm gonna.
But that
Yeah.
New Jack shit that you showed
He's
me
just one
was-
badass guy. He was a badass.
Did you ever wrestle him?
No,
I
never did.
think he's kind of out of line, in my opinion.
Well, he
I liked him. I always wanted to work him, but never got to.
did you meet him?
I got to talk to him on the phone.
He's
one
a
time.
psycho, right?
He is. Bad.
He's a fucking psycho.
You got to meet Teddy Long.
I've
Who
met
else
Teddy
have you
Long,
met?
Rick Flair, Jake the Snake,
Was
One
Rick-
Man Gang.
Rick, kind of a jerk.
He's a pretty nice guy.
That's cool.
Really nice.
Keep going. Who else? Jake the Snake, I bet was cool to meet.
Ricky Gibson, Robert Morton. There's more, but I can't think of them.
What's a potato?
I guess that's when you get hit too damn hard and you got a pop knot on your head.
Is that what that
If
is?
you hit your partner too hard, you gave him a potato. It's too much, and you'll see people. Have you ever seen someone get cleaned out after potatoing somebody?
Yeah.
What's crazy? So, what's the craziest thing you've seen as far as someone giving a receipt?
Giving me a receipt.
No, just that you've seen. It doesn't have to be you. What's the craziest thing you've seen?
Buzzsaw, he was wrestling this little skinny guy one night and he was about knocked him out with a chair, hit him in the head with it, busted him open. It was
Oh,
terrible.
God. So why'd he do it?
He just got pissed off, I guess, because the guy hit him too hard or something.
I can see it. Now, so when you hit someone with a chair, how are you supposed to hit them? Are you getting them that folded metal edge? Where are we getting them at?
How I do it, I hit him with the smooth side.
Okay. Because, like, you see how chairs are built. And you know how they curve over right there? That's
just-
wild.
Sometimes it's just a luck of the draw, the swing.
Yeah, it's going to happen. But also, like, if Tyler trusts me to hit him with a chair, I'm going to try to do it good. But
yeah. I
if
believe
you let me hit you with a
You
chair.
got to really trust the person you're in the ring with.
Oh,
Have
no
one kind of
doubt.
matches.
So how do you build that trust up? Are y'all out drinking together? doing hero-
rehearsal.
Are y'all doing heroin together? Like
Just
what happens?
Working each other for long times, being in the ring with each other for a long amount of time, you build a trust.
Do y'all practice though that?
We have workouts.
Like how often?
We have practice matches.
Okay. Now before, like when is that?
Just any chance you get to go to the ring and work out, really.
When do y'all do that?
On weekends, sometime during the week.
Well, that's cool. So like you're just like us, you're just sparring sometimes.
Sparring, basically.
Well, that's
is.
cool,
We're
though.
just practicing moves on each other.
Well, that's cool. All right. Now I would let you body slam me through a table. I'll do that.
What kind of table
Just
are
a
we
little-
talking about?
not
Like a
this.
plastic table?
No,
or,
like maybe
or,
like
or
a piece
particle board
of, yeah, like
table?
crap particle board
Yeah,
table.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Light the table on fire. And then
Yes,
get
and we
through.
record it. I'm done. I'm ready to go. Is the thing. But like, you gotta stop being a little weak person about it and get on camera and do it.
I don't care to do it.
Just don't
it
get-
don't make me no badass person because I like this
Well, don't-
crazy shit.
Well, don't get.
Yeah.
Just-
I just like the.
Hell yeah.
I like the way. All right.
I'm just saying, don't get stage fried.
When
The
Well,
I
I don't
camera's, the
think you
camera's
would
on
be.
now. Let's go outside and get this done.
when I bleed, it's the warmth of the blood and it trickling down my face
Okay.
and the thumbtacks going in you. Is what I like.
So, do you get stage fright doing these matches anymore?
I've got stage fright one time during the match.
Why?
When was this? And where?
In Rome, I was fixing to be put through a flaming table,
Yeah.
and I felt the heat coming off the table.
Yeah.
And I said, "Fuck this!"
Hell
And I
yeah.
kind of slipped off his back.
You just fell through the table.
No, I didn't fall through the table.
But
I
when
just
you-
kinda slipped.
Oh, you just said no. I'm not
I
doing
said,
it.
"Hell no!"
When you first started, though, did you not? Was you good to go? Was you?
I didn't really do my first hardcore match until in Cave Springs, Georgia, with a guy named Mike Reed.
How many years into your career was that?
Probably 6.
All right, go ahead. How'd you meet Mike Reed? How'd they say, hey, we're gonna?
We just known each other for a long time. Kind of grew up with each other. Just a good friend of mine.
And
He got me into the hardcore business.
all right, so how does the conversation go? I'm Mike Reed.
Well,
What
you,
I say to you?
You build up a match like you have a regular match, and you build up. You can't just have a hardcore match right
Yeah.
off the bat.
Okay,
Fans bring a weapons match. I've got hit with cactuses before.
that scares me.
Cactus.
Uh,
A cactus?
Cactus.
Damn.
for $50.
Yeah.
All right,
I really love it, but
I'm your son. I really love you.
I love you, but you're not hitting me with no
Let
damn
me hit you with
cactus.
Let me hit you with a cactus.
Hell no.
Let me do it on
Remember that
camera.
ass whipping you gave me, Dad?
Yeah, cactus. No, I don't want a receipt. I'd do good at it. Now,
Yeah, I don't want to get hit by no damn cactus
No,
either.
cactus-
Light,
sounds
on
terrible.
this one, we had light bulbs and wiffle ball bats with thumbtacks glued on them.
no, that sounds.
Holy shit.
That sounds like a
That-
fun little.
Yeah, that sounds like
It's kind of like,
masochistic.
yeah, it's kind of like the
Uh,
circus.
Yeah, yeah.
We had the light bulbs busted over us. They had one light set up. It was plugged into electricity, and the guy got through on it.
Oh,
Was there any drugs ever involved?
I was gonna ask. Are there drugs involved?
Like,
Yes.
hard drugs. I imagine hard drugs to do this hard shit.
I know what the real problem is, but you go ahead and say. I know.
Truthfully, after you do that so long, you'll get hooked on pain pills.
Yeah.
I've done. I ain't
As
lying.
one should.
Yeah.
As
Oh.
one
I
should.
took pain pills. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Do I do it anymore? No.
Good.
But
That's
at
good.
one time, I remember one night I took probably 6 or 7 that night just to get through the match.
What was hurting? That you
My whole,
needed.
my whole body.
Why was
really.
everything hurting? Why you ate?
It's
after you
about
get
to
hit-
hurt.
It's about to hurt getting through.
You just
don't
getting
think-
ahead of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's getting ahead of it.
So I wouldn't feel it as much.
Do you think if people are fighting people like in MMA, if they ate some pain pills before, they would be better or worse off?
I think it'd be worse off.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 110%.
What do you-
I don't see how y'all do. I've never really been in a fight my whole life. I don't see how y'all get out there and do it.
Well, what about like mushrooms during a match? Well, how do you think that would go?
I couldn't do it.
Get somebody on God mode?
What about Kurt Angle when he was Perk Angle? Remember that? When he was
I don't remember that.
he was eating Percocets just all the time for his
I
neck
don't
and stuff.
remember that.
He was flipping through
Is
the
that
air.
your profile picture?
No, that's Arn Anderson.
Oh, Arn Anderson.
Tell him about
Okay.
Arn Anderson,
I
man.
never met him, but I'd like to.
No, I'm
Dude,
saying
you
I'm
look
Arn.
just like Arn Anderson.
I'm Arn Anderson. Hang on, look. Let me show you a Perk Angle. I wish if I had a DVD player, I'd say let's watch your stuff because I do want to watch it. I just
Watch
think
it on your computer.
But this is 2023, though.
I don't know what I ain't got a DVD player on the computer. I'm poor. It's 2023. But what we can do is download it some way. I'm sure. Check this out. This is Perk Angle. P. There you go. Look, it pulls up. It
Perk
pulls
Angle.
up. His real name's Kurt Angle. Now,
So he's taking Percocets.
yes, a lot of them. Now look,
Okay.
he won a gold medal in the Olympics.
Yeah, with a broken freaking neck.
Broken neck, broken. He won a gold medal in the Olympics, full on. He gets over to wrestling, and he's hurting all the time and has a weird. Now he has to turn like this to look at you, and so he started eating Percocets and a lot of them, and so this was like the high point of his career. He's perked out of his mind. Yeah, you got to meet Mick Foley once.
Yeah.
You met Mick Foley?
I
World
did
of
too.
Wheels, yeah.
He signed $1 for us. Dad bought
Oh,
a Snickers
shit.
bar with it.
I did not.
You did. Where's the $1?
I don't know. You lost it.
Exactly.
You don't keep up with your shit.
I was too young to keep up with my stuff. I didn't even wipe my own ass at the time. Now, so what do you think about the wrestling matches? What do you think? What did you think the other night?
Yeah, you.
It was cool. It was fun to get out of the house.
Wait, where was they at?
Uh-huh.
At Rome.
Yeah, at Rome.
Oh, okay.
Now, we shot a lot of footage when we was there.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
And we made a cool little
A lot of
documentary out
good
of it.
shit.
We could have been
Dicks.
we really
we could have been dicks. We could have been dicks.
We could
about
have
a
shot
lot
it
of
as like a
shit.
joke is the thing,
Yeah,
all
we
right?
could have made fun of a lot of fucking shit.
And we
but
just didn't.
That's the funnest part about it when I'm
'Cause
going
we're
out in the
nice.
crowd is making fun of people. I don't really mean it because really after the show, a lot of times I'll talk to the same people I made fun of.
Well, you know what?
I put the camera in somebody's face like a
Oh, and he's like, whoa!
like I'm talking about
He
inches
got-
away.
He got right up in his stuff. Look, that's perk angle. He's throwing people through walls. So who was your inspiration as far as wrestling goes? Who did you want to emulate wrestling?
Probably Mick Foley, really.
That's
I
crazy.
want to do the hardcore stuff.
So what's are you gonna wrestle again anywhere? Are you just done?
I'm gonna wrestle again. Yeah,
Where?
Yeah.
not sure yet.
I heard you was getting a limo or something.
Yeah, so my prick of a son's gonna let me borrow his limo one night.
No one
Hell
said
yeah.
anything about borrowing. You're breaking kayfabe.
Okay, I got to rent a limo.
I thought your manager had got you hooked up with a limo, so you don't have to show up to the venue looking like an ass clown, right? The manager.
Okay, my manager
There you go. All right.
got me hooked up
Yeah.
with
There
a
you go.
limo.
All right. The
There you
manager,
go.
I guess, drives the limo, wears the shades nice
Yeah,
jacket.
yeah,
Redheaded
yeah.
guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I heard he
Yeah.
could talk pretty good. I want to cut a promo on somebody so bad. Look here, you hack jawed hillbilly boy, and just tear him up. But also, I can't. I get nervous.
Why would you get nervous?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, what if it's not good?
Yeah.
What if they
Oh,
don't?
y'all hate me.
Yeah,
Everybody hates
What if they
me.
don't say what? What if it's not good? And I do get stage fright for sure. I get in my head. I
You
get
get nervous before a fight.
so bad that like I make myself lose. I've lost to people that like if we were just in a gym setting or they were like trying to break into my house, it's not even close. I get to the fight and like I think the worst thing that ever happened to me was my first fight that I ever had. The guy was 30 something years old and he had never been knocked out. Well, I knocked him out in like 15 seconds, right? So every fight I've had since then, I think I have to do in 15 seconds or less, right? Or maybe 30 seconds. If I don't, I get in my head that if I don't win very fast, I'm not going to win at all, and then I quit. And then and that's hard to get by. And then after I hurt my foot, I got even more in my head, and that's hard to get by. And then it's just and then like, but I get stage fright not just at fighting. Like if my wife's beautiful, right? Y'all are married. Y'all have beautiful wives. Or y'all always just
I'm not married yet, but working on it.
Y'all have beautiful girlfriends, or y'all ever just like, man, I'm gonna knock this out, son. I gotta lay it down. You've never once been nervous before having sex with your old lady.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
happens.
That's stage fright. That's
It
stage
happens.
fright. Because
Bam.
I'm sitting there, I'll text you like, hey, I'm gonna lay it down when I get home. And I get home, I'm like,
Yeah, that's totally different.
do you want me to?
Yeah, do you want this?
I'm
Like,
sorry.
Yeah,
It's,
Is this what you want?
yeah, do you want this penis? It's stage.
Yeah.
Stage fright is real. I have a very severe case of stage fright. For the longest time in school, I would take zeros in like public speaking. I would do, like writing class. She's like, you have to read it in front of the class. Nah, bro, no way. She
But
said,
you're good at speaking.
Oh yeah, you are, and you're good at writing.
she
too.
would say you're going to take a zero. Then I said that's okay. I can't read in
No.
front of these people, and it was just impossible. It took me time too, though. If you watch how I was first talking at the AFC, blah, 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 we just going boomhauer, and then there near the end, I started. Oh, okay, we can talk, and that takes a little time, and I'll still get like a little too fast with my talking. When I'm nervous, I'll start trying to rattle it off and just get it out. But as far as like being around people, I feel like if I feel the silence with noise, it's not, it's not so bad. It's not so awkward. So have you ever dabbled in steroids?
Yes.
All right. Why?
I wanted to get bigger and stronger.
What did that feel like?
It didn't really make me feel like no way. It helped me get stronger. It made me really cranky and angry.
Here we go. All right, check this out. Look, this perk angle off a bean. Check this out. This perk angle off a bean. Watch the guy. I didn't like his tops in TNA. They look trashy. Watch him. He's going to go, son. Look at my eyeballs. Look at that. Flying through the air. That was
Ortiz.
That was a bit they did where he was wanting to have sex with someone's wife. Booker T's wife. And he that was just the whole bit was him doing that. Oh, that's Sting. But yeah, he was just beamed out of his mind. Percocets. So when you were taking pills and wrestling and stuff, and other people were in the back too, what's the craziest thing you seen in the back? You ain't gotta say no names. We're on the drug subject. What's the craziest thing you've seen happen?
Funniest thing or craziest?
Craziest with drugs that you've seen happen in that locker room, and then we'll go funniest.
I've not really seen nothing that crazy. I've seen some funny shit, though.
Give us some funny then.
The funniest thing I ever seen was a midget running around the dressing room naked.
Naked?
He was running around naked.
How is Midget now?
I don't know. I don't ever see him anymore.
That was his name, was Midget. He was a midget man. He had little matches. What happened to Monster Man?
He had little matches.
Yeah.
Midget had little matches.
Monster Man works at a Harley dealership.
Okay. How is he? He's alive and good and
doing
healthy.
good.
Now look, all the women thought Monster Man was that guy though. He was handsome and attractive, right? They all thought that. And he sells Harleys now. That's cool, man. He always seemed nice, right?
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
He wrestle anymore?
No.
All right. Who you think's gonna win tonight? Jake Paul, Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz.
Man, I hope so.
That's who I want to win.
Where are you gonna be? You got work tonight?
I gotta work.
Y'all
Bullshit.
Are y'all
you got to work tonight.
Oh, don't let him play. No,
At the bar.
Yeah.
What bar?
Warehouse 207.
Yeah.
Oh, you bouncing? Oh, hell yeah.
Now-
Hey, how does one get some extra cash doing that?
Told a guy I needed some extra money.
There you
He
go.
needed the help. So get
Have
paid
you seen any
75 a month.
crazy shit?
I carried a drunk Mexican out on my shoulder one night to his car.
Like a sack of potatoes?
Yeah,
What about
Yeah.
last time we was there?
that was fun.
That guy got the mess whooped out of him though.
Yeah.
And I took pictures of it and they got mad. Did you know that?
What? Bullshit.
Last time? No,
What
I ain't showed
happened?
you the picture.
No.
So he's at Warehouse 207 for Marcus and them show the day I shot the music video, right? And we're hanging out, and all of a sudden, this guy comes in. You know how I get when I'm not when I'm. And
when we carried the guy
I ain't
out.
even got to be.
Oh, we get the same. though.
Yeah, I ain't even got to be
Yeah.
drunk. It's just like if someone comes in talking like that, and like I can tell you're clearly not that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
I'm gonna be
yeah.
like, oh yeah, you go. You know. So,
yeah.
so this fat hick inbred person with a mullet comes in. He starts talking about whooping this dude's ass out in the parking lot, and like, but he was talking about like he was tough. So I'm already drinking some. So I'm like, oh, you whooping pretty good. He's like, yeah. I said he must not could have fought too good. You know, I started getting on. Oh, Jesus.
What happened?
Somebody's
been drinking.
drunk. Some drunk lady hit the camera.
We good?
And she's drunker than shit, though. I don't know her name.
I don't know her either. Anyway, so I start getting on him, like trying to talk mess at him because I don't want to hear it, you know, and it's just kind of person I am. And so he kind of quietens down and he's on the way, you know. Well, the guy came in that he did whoop, and that guy was whooped. He had they said he had tried to cheap shot the owner, right?
Outside, it did.
Yeah, they say he tried to cheap shot the owner when he got whooped. He's a little Hispanic guy. So I'm walking around with the camera. I'm done shooting videos and stuff. Well, all of a sudden I go, oh, dude, what happened to you? And I click, and they catch it clicking. Well, Zach had left. Corey had left. No one's around me. I'm by myself with the camera. And I just snapped it. And I'll show you before we leave. Like, they're insane looking. And so they come up to me and they're like, hey, man, what did you do? And I said, nothing. Nothing at all. And so they keep asking, like, hey, what did you do? I'm like, well, I just took some pictures. And they was like, what, you piece of shit? Started like cussing me and being crazy. And I'm like, look, guys, just don't touch my camera, first off, because like I can't afford it. But second, this ain't going nowhere. This just for me. It's just a crazy thing I seen. I'm going to show my buddies. It ain't going to be on Facebook at all. And they're like, oh, yeah. I was like, for sure. And they start trying to like bump me and stuff. And I'm like,
Drunk
well,
ass.
well, look, man.
You're by yourself.
Yeah. And like I've got this camera. I don't want the camera to get broke. But I'm like, look, man, you got to cut this out because like things about to get weird. You're going to break my camera. And I said, I ain't going to put it nowhere. I promise. So I get away from them and I'm looking for Zach and, Corey and a couple other people for backup. Because like, dude, what if they whoop my butt? Like 1 or 2, I might get you, but like a lot, I'm probably gonna get the mess out of me. So I'm like looking for them for backup, and I don't know where Dad's at. I just don't remember. And Zach's like, well, hey, I'm going home. I'm like, what? You rode with me? He's like, yeah, but I'm out of here, man. And I'm like, well, okay. I said, Zach, they're gonna jump me in the parking lot. And he was like, nah, bro, nah. And he just left me there. I'm like, okay, thanks, Zach. Corey had disappeared, but he showed up. He got back. Ended up. Remember the lady that got shot in the face?
Yeah.
At where was that?
At Scooters.
Why do people get shot in the face at Scooters?
I have no clue.
That's kind of wild, right?
That's
That's
crazy.
a
I ain't
wild
never been
story.
there
she
before.
said.
Ain't that
Well, I
kinda
mean, I've
crazy?
been there, but I don't ever go there and hang out much.
So the lady that had got shot after the dude got shot, she was there and she knows me and she knew them. She said, well, you're not going to put that on the internet, are you? I said, well, no, it's just for me to have so I can look at it later. And she's like, well, okay, but I'm going to walk you to your car. And I said, your husband don't look too happy that you're saying that, because he was like an older guy and he was like, and I was like, I just don't want to get beat up in the parking lot. And so they walked me to my car. He actually ended up shaking my hand saying, hey man, see you, bud. I'm like, yeah, thanks guys. And then we headed out. Well, the cops got behind me and a couple of people, they followed me home so I could be safe. Because they followed me, the cop got behind them. They ended up getting a ticket. The cops ignored me completely, and I was just like, oh, I didn't have nobody with me in the car to drive. I'd have been, it was a while back. I'd have been too drunk to, drive. They'd have been like, what are you doing? And so they were good that they done that for me. And then Dad was cool working that night. And then have you seen anything crazy there?
Not too crazy, just people drinking too much, and you have to kind of escort them out.
How do you escort them out? Please leave.
Try to be as nice as possible before you have to be an ass about it.
Oh God! Now that girl that got shot in the face is such a nice girl. Anytime I seen her, she's as polite as can be.
Oh yeah, there.
I just think if you're breeding a culture where it's normal to get shot, more people are going to get shot.
No,
it's crazy. What do you think about the shooting in Fort Payne the other day?
I ain't really heard much about it.
What do you think about the high-speed chase?
People shouldn't be stupid and try to outrun the cops.
Kind of insane, right?
They're going to get hurt. The cops may.
Do you think maybe if how do you say it? I got to say things right. Do you think maybe I got to say it right? Do you think if there was different opportunities around here?
If there were more things for people to do around here, I think it would be better off around here.
Do you think as many of the locals would move off to find higher pay, or they would stay here?
They would stay here.
Okay. So because we almost had the Smith & Wesson plant, we almost had a Toyota plant in town. We didn't get either one of those, and they were going to pay very well. There are some very good opportunities in town, but there's some also that don't pay anything, and I think that's a big reason for.
Who would be willing to go to Rome, Georgia, the next show?
Well, I'll go.
Yeah.
I should have the limo by Sunday.
Are you getting a limo?
Trading the bike.
Bullshit for a limo.
Trading
the bike for a limo.
The next show's the 19th.
Does it run?
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, hell yeah. Hell yeah, you're getting a limo?
I'm trading the bike for a limo.
Hey, Uber.
Yes. I'm showing you. Hang on.
Definitely. You can do
I'm showing you. Hang on. Yeah, I'm getting a limo. Dad needs a. So now you're gonna have to rent it or something. You're gonna have to chip in on gas or something. I ain't really your manager. You gotta
get some gas money.
Yeah, you gotta help a brother out. Don't be on me like that, because that's Rome, Georgia. It's he's already got it pulled off. Actually,
don't you gotta have a certain license to drive a
Dad,
limo?
No, you don't have to have a CDL to drive a car.
You gotta have a certain license to drive a motorcycle. So, and I ain't got it. Whoa, cops gonna pull me over. We got you now, boy.
But you can get your motorcycle license at 15.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna get it.
Yeah.
And then yeah, as far as drinking and driving, I ain't done that in years. It was just I was a idiot kid.
Oh, there you go.
I ain't got no sense.
There you go. Damn, that's a Lincoln, ain't it?
Yeah, Lincoln Town cars,
Oh,
huh?
this thing's gonna run like a boat.
Yeah, that's what they say. 145,000 miles, nothing too
go.
crazy. I ain't driving it that far. And it in the inside, it's got a bar in it that leaks out to the outside. You can drain it to the outside.
That's cool.
And it's got lights in the roof that look like stars.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Dude.
I've got to get a couple of. There's a knocking sound, not in the motor, but in the air. I have to get it fixed. And then the upper window, they've sealed it off for safety reasons, they said, but I'm going to get it fixed. And there's a couple windows, as they get older, they stop working. I'm going to get those fixed.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
That's gonna be cool as fuck.
And if I can get a lot of money, I'm going to have it jacked up just
Yeah, that's
because.
gonna be cool.
But imagine show up at Warehouse 207, Dad's working security.
Oh yeah, there
We
you
get
go.
someone to drop it. We get Vicky to drop
Who
me
the
off.
fuck is this guy? Who
Oh,
is this guy?
He's a big deal. His
Yeah,
dad
he
works
is.
here too. Like, oh man. And I think that would be so cool. So what's the plan moving forward on wrestling? What's the plan?
To get out of it eventually.
Yeah, but why hadn't you done a show yet?
I don't have the time or money to run a show.
You can do a show for $30.
Can't do no show for 30.
You can do a show for $30. You don't have a friend that will loan you a wrestling ring for one night.
No.
You don't have a single. So how many
It's
years?
all about the money.
How many years have you been in wrestling?
Close to 20.
20 years. You don't have one person that will loan you a wrestling ring or
No.
let you pay them at the end of the show.
No, they'll rent you a wrestling.
How much money?
500 to
Okay.
1,000. 500 to 1,000 bucks.
So in the grand scheme of things, we're saying $30. We're going to say $500 for the wrestling ring to rent. You can go to a park, man. You can go to a Piggly Wiggly. Someone that wants to raise money for a charity or something. That's free. That's a donation.
I wanna
Kenny and them will let you do a show for free at their place, as long as you donate to his place.
Ain't a bad idea.
No,
really.
it's not. I don't have bad
No.
ideas. I don't have bad ideas. They're all good.
Smart.
I know, but I'm serious. As long as there's a donation to his place, they're great, man. They're awesome. They would let you do a show there. They would let you do a wrestling show there.
That
Do
would
it.
be good.
Put the love and effort and time into it that you would want someone else to, and just do it. I got speakers, right? So that's something done. I got lights. I got cool little lights. That's something. For a start, that's all free.
We just need
Do
to
it.
talk to him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea. No, Daddy. My ideas are good. And then when they see that it goes really good, it goes really good. But then you pay the people off tickets. Bam, 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 bam. That's awesome. Over there at where we did the comedy show that time would be a cool place for a little wrestling show.
Oh yeah, it would be.
$750 for the venue, but I wouldn't do anything in Alabama. They gonna take all your money. I'd do Georgia where it's not even real.
Yep.
That's what I would do. Why do you think it's not the same as sanctioned the same in Georgia? Because Georgia has an athletic commission.
Just people found a way to get through the loophole, get around it, and not pay people off. I don't know.
They don't touch it, not at all. Well, when's the next match? Do you know?
19th. Well, they got one tonight I was supposed to go to, but I got to work, so it'll be the 19th.
But you are going back to KLT.
Yes.
I thought they said never come back.
I'm going to buy a ticket and go sit on the front row.
Tyler, you want to go?
Hell yeah.
How much is a ticket?
$8.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
$4.
Yeah,
All right, so say you can pay people. So we know you don't have to charge much for tickets. Right away, people's coming, right? You can get a couple of midget matches. You can get a couple of ladies matches. You can get a couple of regular matches. Get a couple of people that want to do some cool crap. Let me kick somebody in the head with my shin pads on. It ain't going to hurt
You
him.
were supposed to.
Wow, he didn't want that trouble, bro.
Nah, I didn't.
He didn't want that trouble. Now that I'm slimming up, he really don't want that trouble. There was this guy so we're at the KLT show, and I don't hate Ricky. I don't have any issue with Ricky. Ricky's very nice to me. He's very polite to me.
Good guy.
Always tells me how I'm doing. He just wants me to be the MMA guy for him, which is awesome. But we get there, and there's this other guy there, and he's like, "That's gonna be my MMA," and I'm like, "What do you mean, Ricky?" He goes, "That's gonna be my MMA guy," but he just said MMA. He didn't say MMA guy. He said, "That's gonna be my MMA." Right? You remember? That's what he said. And I said, "Well, okay." And so, the people that are also there with Ricky start, asking me where we train at. And this is when we had a pretty nice place in Fort Payne. And I told them, and they said, "Well, what do you know about this guy?" Or they said, "Would you recommend I train with him?" I said, "Well, no." I said, "But not in a mean way." I said, "I don't know him." I said, "I would tell you to do your research. Talk to him. If he starts hosting classes and his big advice is go or anything short of good, solid technique, I would train somewhere else." And that's just from knowing Jeff and Chuck and stuff like that. Go is pretty bad advice. Hit him. That's pretty bad advice. Well, I know. I'm trying to hit that dog.
Yeah.
I said, but I would watch a class or two, and then I would go from there. I'd see what he teaches. If it looks legit to you, it's probably legit. If it sounds legit, it's legit. If it looks awful and weird and he's pressure pointing people, that's not legitimate. That's not real. So he asked me if we would interview him. Ricky did. And we said yes. And so we went up to him. What happened every time we'd ask him for an interview?
He said he was busy.
Yeah. What was he
Yeah.
busy doing? Do you remember?
In the rain checking the turnbuckles and shit.
Every
Just doing-
time.
doing something like
every
that.
time. And then we'd see him. We saw him messing with like the American. Anything that had to be done, he was jumping on it after we asked if
No.
we could get the interview.
But he did say he would,
Yeah,
but just not right
he just
now.
didn't
You don't
say
remember his
when.
name?
It's that he was a tag team with the black lady. He's kind of tan. He's white, right? Just tan.
I don't know. I don't know his ethnicity.
Yeah, he has like plug earrings in. He's kind of tan. He was wanting me to have a match with him. So an unsanctioned thing. So I asked Ricky. I said, "Well, are we going shin pads or?" I'm pretty sure he's just tan. She was an African American lady. So I said to him, I said, "Well, are we going shin pads or no shin pads?" And he didn't say anything. I said, "Well, I need to know, for sure what we're doing." I said, "Are we throwing elbows or are we not throwing elbows?" Because I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I ain't trying to get out there and have a little sparring match with you, and then all of a sudden eat an elbow to my head, and then nothing. Just hard to get info out of. And I said, "Well, what's his name?" And I got his name. I looked him up. You can't find anything on him. No, he was very nice to me. I'm not talking bad about him. I'm just saying, if you like, at least if you look me up and my stuff's bad, at least there's something there. You know what I mean? At least there's something there and there's some improvements shown. If you can't find anything on somebody, that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. You shouldn't really be teaching class if it's like that. Oh, hey, Mom. I thought that was some pretty lady walking in. It's my wife. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So, are you going to try to do a show, you think? You going to get up with Kenny?
It'll be after the first of the year.
That's 6 months. Message him now and start planning. Ain't nothing wrong with planning and writing stuff down. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Start planning.
Why don't you run a show and let me help you?
Here's why, and it's going to be the worst answer that you've ever heard. I don't care at all about wrestling, right?
Yeah.
So if I was to do a wrestling show and you help, do you think I'm going to put near as much effort and time into it? No, that's why I think you should do it. That's why I think you should. You do a good job.
Thank you.
I'll help you. You'll do a good job at it. What do you need?
We'll just talk to Kenny and start there first.
I'll put you and Kenny on Facebook. That's easy. I think you do a really great job at that, and then you're not going to be young forever. And then I think you would probably surprise yourself with how good it goes. I think you're kind of being down on yourself. As long as you're good with God and you're trying to do right by God, I think it's all going to be cool, man. And if not, He'll take it away, and that's just the way it works. Ain't that right?
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
But you got anything else?
No.
I enjoyed the conversation
Thank
today.
you.
I'm very excited to watch the video. I got to get a DVD player.
Keep that and just don't lose it.
Well, I'm going to copy it and put it on YouTube.
I don't care.
But
Yeah.
I do think you could do a really good job. I think you should
Thank
try
you.
to do it. And I'm glad you're my dad. There's plenty of cool stuff you do.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Proud you're my son.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I'm really cool,
that's
Dad.
sweet.
When are you getting baptized?
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Are you part of a motorcycle club?
No, it's not a club. It's a gang.
Not a gang.
It's
not a gang.
Okay, all right. Then what is it? Is it?
It's a motorcycle club.
Oh, okay. Now what is y'all's club's name?
It's American Cruisers. I'm in chapter 45 in Section, Alabama.
What's the credo?
Just be nice to everybody.
What's the creed of that gang?
Ain't no gang.
Okay, what's the creed?
Be nice to everybody and help the community when you can.
So if I came up to this club, I couldn't just go inside the door and just be like, "Hey, I need a piss" or something.
Yeah.
Like that. And they'll be like,
Could we show up and be like,
You might could use the restroom. You can't just walk in. You got to have somebody there to vouch for you.
"Okay,
well, we've got Dad.
yeah, we do. We got you."
That's a vouch.
If I'm there, I got to
What? Fuck.
We also have Brian, Kayla's husband.
Okay.
Trace knows you.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll vouch for me.
He would.
Okay. All right.
You ever heard of the Defiant Crew? Anyways, it's a motorcycle gang. I did a comedy show for them in LJ, Georgia, and there's about 300 of these motherfuckers. It's a national chapter, is what it is. And we go to this comedy, this show in LJ, Georgia. They rent out the whole hotel here in LJ. If you ever been to LJ, there ain't shit around besides just this little square. And they have a tent set up, had a badass band or whatever. I do a comedy show. The local president said, gave us all beers and all that. And he's like, "Hey, I want to go ahead and just give you some rules." I was like, "Okay, well, what's the rules?" He's like, "Don't make fun of the club or we'll beat the fuck out of you." I was like, "Why?" would I do that? He was like, well, I'm just telling you because last year somebody did that and we cut their set short and they hit every door jam on the way out. I was like, okay, I understand that. And they all was armed and all that shit, and it was cool. I ended up doing really well, so well, in fact, that the national president was there in the shadows, and he told me and my buddy that he wants us to come to Florida when they have their next national chapter get-together. They're going to have it in Florida.
That's awesome.
And shit.
That's
and
cool.
And it was the most I've been paid doing comedy. And they gave us unlimited beer, and they had a badass band after we did comedy.
That's cool.
But I went to go piss. Everybody had their cuts on them and all that shit. And I was just walking aimlessly around, and there's a group of bikers just by the grill. And I was like, hey, where's the bathroom at? They was like, hey, who the fuck are you? And I was like, hey, I'm Tyler. They was like, who the fuck is Tyler? I was like, it's me. I was like, I'm a comedian. And then, oh, okay, was gonna beat the fuck out of you and make you go on. I was like, oh, okay, that's the club that I'm here for. Okay, because I had an impression that it was for a Harley Davidson convention. It wasn't a Harley Davidson convention. They just rode Harleys and Indians and all that shit. It was an actual biker gang that would fuck me up if I down.
I just think that's a strange way to act, though.
Well, but getting a whole group of them together, they was all very hospitable. After knowing that, hey,
Not a tool.
It was an invite only.
Okay.
Is what it was. No, it wasn't just like show up and no, it wasn't that. But after they realized that, hey, I was there to entertain and all that shit. Everything was cool, very hospitable.
That's cool.
Food galore, beer, anything I ever wanted was there. And it was a great night, all in all. It was a very fun night. I didn't ask for that, but I did have a good time. Good. I had a great time.
When are you going to invite us to a party at your place?
We have an open house.
Okay. All right. So Tyler, we're going to go to that.
Yeah. It was one of the funnest nights I've ever had doing comedy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now I've heard you might see some things there. Is that true?
Couldn't tell you.
Wait, what things are you talking about?
2 things.
What's the 2 things?
Higher on the chest.
The what?
Higher on your chest.
Higher on your chest.
What's on your chest?
Hair?
No, what's on your chest?
Hair.
Titties.
No,
I couldn't tell you.
Now that's just a rumor I've heard. I'm just checking.
Wait. What? Fat biker titties?
I don't know.
Here's the thing. I'm not taking my wife because I'll get in a fight.
No, why would you?
Yeah, I'm not. But I want to go and just. Hey, how are y'all? What's going on here?
Talk to Trace sometime.
No, you're vouching for us.
You got to get it approved through him.
How do we get it approved?
Talk to him. Tell him you'll come over to an open house sometime.
Okay.
So open house is what?
Not an open house. You have to ask.
When anybody can.
Oh, yeah, it ain't open shit.
It's not open house.
It's a private
Anybody
house. Just
can
say
come.
it's a private
So
house.
if it's open house, we don't have to ask. We can just go.
Well, you still want to ask.
Why is it called open house?
It's just so everybody can show up, but you still want to ask and make sure it's all right.
So does that mean open house? What does that mean? That means probably knock first. My door should knock on it.
Yeah. Because it's not an open house.
That's
right?
not open house.
It's not an open house. It's a private house.
Yeah,
It's
like,
a
hey,
private
Yes, I gotta
house.
go to the bathroom.
Don't come in unless we think you're effing
Yeah.
cool, bro.
Yeah,
come on, just tell us. Tell me when the open house is. I'm gonna show up.
Yeah, let's do a show there.
Yes, that'd be cool
Let's
too.
do a show there.
We can
You
do
have to-
comedy and
you-
music.
You
Yeah.
have to talk to Trace.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're coming.
yeah.
We're coming to open house to meet
Yeah.
people then. When is it?
I like
I don't
hanging out
know.
with bikers,
I'll find
honestly.
out tomorrow.
You tell us when it is, and we're coming to open house.
Yeah.
We'll-
Bikers are cool.
Yeah.
I like bikers.
I like biker gangs. We're gonna show
Yeah,
up.
I love bikers.
I'm showing up in the limo.
Yeah, in the limo.
All right, man. Dad, I appreciate you hopping
You're
on.
welcome. Thank you.
Tell them to give you more money to bleed because they should. You're good at what you do. I look forward to seeing the wrestling show you do within the next year.
Absolutely.
We go over in a limo.
Well, yeah, I dig that too. But I'm
The
saying
what? The
he-
when?
the 19th he's
Oh,
wanting to go
which
to
month?
this
This
month.
month.
This month.
Okay.
I've also got Connor's birthday coming up. I don't know when that is.
It's
I don't
2
know
weeks
what
from now, Sam.
I don't know what day the birthday party is on.
It's on a weekend.
Yeah.
2 weekends from now.
Would that not be the 19th?
It just be 2 weekends from now. I don't know.
When's
The
Connor's
19th.
The 19th.
So I can't-
Okay, so we
What
can't.
time?
my kid's birthday party?
I don't know what time.
It's your granddaughter.
I'm gonna be there.
Okay.
It's like 5 o'clock or 3 o'clock or something.
Okay.
We got 1,000 balloons, 1,000 water balloons.
Wait, it's gonna be a water balloon
Oh
party?
yeah, and swim pool. I bought the water balloons on. So you know the ones that are automatically tied.
Yeah.
You can get 'em-
Oh shit.
You can get them on Amazon cheaper, bro. Cheaper from a little lady in like Wisconsin. She just makes them all day,
Oh hell.
and she sells them cheaper than Whammo or whoever that brand is. And Connor wanted water balloons, so we did 1,000 water balloons.
Damn.
We're gonna wham. Well, all right, man. Dad, I'm gonna let you hop off here.